Prys, you started off by telling us how Wales is framing the big picture for decarbonisation, the opportunities around that in the country. Can you just tell me a bit about that?
Yeah, so I mean, over the last 2 or 3 years, we've put a lot of legislation in place, like the Wellbeing for Future Generations Act, Planning Act, Environment Act, which put a lot of the kind of the key building blocks in place for changing the way that we look and make decisions, in particular having a long-term focus, not just this current generation, but future generations. And I think that will continue in the way that we approach our thinking around marine planning. We're developing a national marine plan that will move us into a more plan-led approach to how we manage our marine resources going forward.
You also said very clearly plan-led in a kind of sustainable development context. So the benefits that might flow from activities that plans enable.
Absolutely, yes. We need to ensure that when we develop the marine plan now, we develop it in the context of the wellbeing legislation. That means that we can't just look at energy issues alone. We need to think about the environmental issues, the social impacts of developments as well. So it needs to be a rounded view of how we want to develop going forward.
Yeah, you made that very clear. And then when we came on to the Severn Estuary, I think there's that teasing question of how on earth we put a rounded kind of framework in place. And you made one or two conclusions on that point.
Yes, I mean, I think we need to further develop the way we look at kind of collective impact of potential developments, not just individual developments, which is probably where we are currently in our approach. We also probably need to think about the governance again going forward. We have a Welsh marine plan, but the sea doesn't stop halfway between England and Wales. We need to have that governance which enables that collective discussion about the collective impact of developments going forward and how we want to develop the estuary and its resource, whilst being very mindful of existing economic interests, existing environmental issues and